Do you have a will in place? I can't tell you how many of my clients answer that question with a no. And it always makes me wonder why. It might be that you just haven't made it a priority. It's not really a fun topic, so you don't want to deal with it. Might be that you feel like you don't have the money right now to pay for a will to get done. It might be that you think you're so young that that's not really a priority at this moment in time. But the reality is, we can never predict tomorrow. No one has a crystal ball. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Wouldn't you rather know that all of your concerns for what would happen in the event that something did happen to you, wouldn't you feel better knowing that all of those issues were resolved and dealt with so that you weren't placing that burden on your family or friends or whomever it might be that would take care of your estate? Don't you want to know what's going to happen with your kids if something happens to you, and that there are plans in place to make sure they're taken care of? And certainly when you're talking about the financials and what happens to your money upon death, you want to be making sure that you have a plan in place that's minimizing your taxes. And if you don't have a will in place, you can bet that you're going to be paying the maximum amount in all of the taxes that the government will collect upon death. However, if you have a will in place, there are some tax planning things that can happen in the background that can reduce or minimize the tax obligation from your estate that has to be paid. So why wouldn't you want to do something that will inevitably reduce the amount of taxes your estate is paying and increase or make sure that the amount that is available to your beneficiaries, which may include your kids, is maximized? So definitely a really good idea to go ahead and get that will done. And make sure that your wishes are known. Make sure that everything's written out and it's very clear. Obviously, when your family and friends are going through the grief of your loss, those are things I don't really want to deal with. It's a necessary evil of the process, but how much better off is everyone, including yourself, knowing that all of those things are taken care of, decisions have been made, everything is in place. And so when the time comes, the family and friends can be in their time of grief as opposed to all of this stress that comes along with affairs that have not been put in order. So really consider getting your will together, particularly when you're going through a divorce. Even if you have a will in place, you may want to change some of the things that are in the will that were established when you were a married family. And now if you're alone or a single parent, the things in your will may completely change. And so you'll want that taken care of right away to make sure that everything is reflected as it should be. Food for thought. Have a great day.